So interesting that I have to admit people again. Okay. All right. Good morning, everyone. There's a few more coming. All right, so I think we'll begin. So the type of meditation that I practice is called Vipassana. Vipassana meaning clear insight or seeing clearly. There are lots of different forms of meditation, but this is the one that has resonated with me, and it's the one that I've been sharing with you in our yoga experiences over the last year. So I want you to begin simply by finding a comfortable way to sit or to lie down. If you're seated and you can place your feet firmly on the ground, uncross your legs, that would be great. Perhaps drawing the shoulders up to the ears and allowing the shoulder blades to glide down the back. And sitting up nice and tall. Allowing the breath to move up and down the spine. If you're sitting crisscross and you want to take the backs of the hands and place them on the knees, you're certainly invited to do so. Maybe even finding a little mudra, taking the thumb and the first finger and connecting them together. And if you've decided to lie down, just allow your feet to splay open as we do in Shavasana. You can still continue to take the palms up for receiving. Feels really nice. But I want you to find a way to be alert but relaxed. So we're not going to sleep, not right now. We want to be aware of our senses, but we want to be very relaxed. Let's begin by just scanning through the body. Let's begin at the crown of the head. Feeling a sense of lightness and ease around the mind and the crown of the head. You can even feel a little lifting sensation right there. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, or you can take your gaze down. Just beginning to breathe in and out of the nose. Each inhale, feeling that lift in the crown, feeling you getting a little taller, a little lighter. And every time you exhale, feel yourself just settle. Just noticing across the forehead, starting to soften in the eyes, softening behind the eyelids and in the eye sockets. Noticing the bridge of the nose and the cheeks. Relaxing in the jaw area, all around the temples. Just noticing if your tongue has found its way to the roof of your mouth. And if it has, just allow it to drop right into the lower palate and settle right there. Making a little space between the teeth so you can just breathe in and out very naturally. Noticing the neck and the shoulders, softening, relaxing your shoulders. And just traveling down the arms, past the biceps, around the elbows, the forearms. And relaxing all 10 fingers. Noticing the top of the hand, the palm of the hand. Relaxing your chest and your back. And the belly. Notice a softening in the belly. Receiving this next breath in a very soft belly. Softening across the hips and the thighs, traveling down the legs, up and over the knees. Relaxing your shins and your calves, and your heels, tops of the feet, and bottoms of the feet, and all of your toes. Maintaining a sense of alertness, but also ease in the entire body. Softening and releasing any obvious areas of tension. And because we so often get lost in thought, when we start to quiet the mind, I like to use the breath as an anchor. So just noticing your inhale and your exhale through your nose. We use these anchors so that we can be awake to the stream of life that's moving through us. So let's narrow our field of awareness right into the nose, noticing the inhale and the exhale out of the nose. Feeling a bit of a cooling sensation as the air enters the nostrils, and a little warmer as you exhale. Maybe even a little bit of air flow on the upper lip. Feeling the ribcage expand in all directions as you breathe in through the nose. And feel a calming sense of grounding and release and relief as you exhale. Just continuing to breathe in and out and noticing the body, noticing the softening in the mind as you breathe in and out of the nose. There are other anchors that you can choose to use in Vipassana meditation, such as sounds, like the sound of a beautiful bird. It's singing for us right now. Sometimes you like to anchor your mind on a sound or even a bodily sensation. Just placing your attention and your focus somewhere right now, just making a choice. Just allowing yourself to listen and feel your moment-to-moment experience. These anchors allow us to stay present, to keep us out past regrets, our future worries and anxieties. Just tethering ourselves to the here and the right now. So I want you to take a few full breaths. And then just allow your breath to be very natural. So we're going to inhale through the nose. Exhale, feel the release and the relax of the body. And as you're inhaling and exhaling, just notice where you most easily detect the breath in the body. When you breathe in, do you feel it in your belly? Do you feel it in your chest? Do you feel it in the back body? There's no right way or wrong way to breathe. The objective here is just to notice the breath and to stay with it. Maintaining a relaxed, interested, calm sense of attention. And the mind will naturally drift off into thought. It's very, very normal, very natural. And thoughts are not the enemy. You don't need to clear your mind. Rather, just notice these thoughts without attaching to them and allow them to be with you in this experience. The objective is to develop a capacity to know when the thoughts are happening without getting lost in all the storylines. Perhaps even labeling your thoughts. As a thought comes, recognizing it and saying, this is a thought. Oh, this is a thought. Oh, here's another thought. As opposed to being caught up in what the thought is all about. And when a thought comes, just pause and reawaken to this moment. Feeling the sensations that are here, but not attaching to them. And let your breath be your home base. Come back to the breath if the thought starts to become overwhelming. And just remind yourself that you are right here. And right here is a place of peace and calm and ease and safety. And as you meditate, you might notice other sensations. Passing cars if you're by a window or outside. Perhaps you notice the temperature of your body. Maybe you're cold or you're warm. Again, it's okay to notice. Although they might draw you away from this present moment, just become aware of being drawn away. Become aware of the difference of being inside of a thought and being awake. Notice how it feels to be caught up in the conversation of the thought or the sensation, as opposed to being right here with your senses open and fully present in this moment. But just feel these sensations and notice them as they are. And if you find it really difficult to stay with a strong or persistent or an unpleasant thought, breathe with the thought. And let the breath help you find some comfort. Practice meeting each experience with a kind and clear presence. You don't want to push away or resist. Resistance only makes it grow stronger. Instead, allow. Allow your experience to be just as it is. And perhaps if a strong emotion comes, just exploring, where do you feel this in the body? Are you having a physical sensation from this thought experience? Maybe you feel it in your heart. And if that's the case, just breathing into the place where you're having the physical experience, sensation. Notice if it's static or if it's moving around. Just noticing. And without attaching, just step back and notice that you're noticing. Always coming back to the breath to anchor you back to this moment. Not judging what's happening. So just take a couple of moments to breathe and just notice what's coming up for you. Notice if the thoughts that arise are creating any physical sensations in your body. Allow them to be here with you. And then just breathe into that experience. Come back to the breath. What matters the most in Vipassana meditation is your willingness to be awake regardless of the weather, regardless of the external circumstances, regardless of the thought patterns, and to come back to loving presence, unconditional presence. So just like yoga, this is a practice. It takes time. You'll have days where your thought patterns are much more erratic than other days. Sometimes you'll come to sit and meditate and you won't have a lot of thoughts at all. And you'll just find ease in the mind and the heart and in the body. And other days, there's a lot going on in your mind. Just remembering to allow the thoughts to come, not to attach to them. Let them pass on like a passing cloud would. Continue over and over to come back to the breath. And perhaps letting go of the breath, letting go of any anchors that you have. Maybe this comes for you later down the road when you don't need the anchor as much. Maybe just dwelling in just being and see what happens there. Just explore not controlling anything, not controlling the breath or your physical sensations, not controlling any of your senses, just being here and just see what happens then. That's the beauty of a meditation practice. Essentially, all you're doing is closing your eyes and allowing your mind to slow, allowing your heart rate to slow, connecting with your inner self, and just being there. And maybe you'll do this for 5 minutes while you're waiting in line at the grocery store, or you're driving in your car. Or maybe you'll have a regular sitting practice. Because there's a lot of layers to us, and we can get down deep into those layers when we allow ourselves to just simply be with ourselves. Again, it's a practice, just like yoga. So just breathe in this way for a couple more breaths. I'm going to read to you from one of my favorite poets, Donna Folds. The poem is called Allow. There is no controlling life. Try corralling a lightning bolt or containing a tornado. Dam a stream and it will create a new channel. Resist and the tide will sweep you off your feet. But allow and grace will carry you to higher ground. The only safety lies in letting it all in. The wild with the weak, fear, fantasies, failures, and success. When loss rips the doors of your heart, or sadness veils your vision with despair, practice simply becomes bearing the truth. And the choice to let go of your known way of being, your whole world is revealed to your new eyes. So as you move through the rest of your week, I strongly encourage you to find time to just be with yourself, to sit quietly, to scan through the body, to choose an anchor, to breathe. And when thoughts arise, as they do, they always do, allow them to stay and be with you. And then just breathe and watch them pass. No attachment. And start to experience the kind of freedom that comes from this beautiful practice. All right, you got this. Have a beautiful day. Thanks so much for being here with me. I'll see you next week. Namaste.